Hey, welcome. I'm Tom Sinclair. I'm a streaming idiot. Are you a streaming idiot? You could be. You could be. The idiot part comes easier to some of us than others. Welcome to the show. If you're watching us on YouTube, glad you're here. Come on over to easternshorebroadcasting.com so you can join the chat. If you're watching us on Facebook, same message. Come on over to easternshorebroadcasting.com. Click live now, and that'll take you to the same show, but you have the chat room, and the guys have always got some fascinating stuff. Today, they're talking about electric eels and 12-core Xeon processors. So, you never know what those guys are going to be talking about, but they know their stuff. Good stuff, and I'm delighted to have every single one of them here today. Man, we got a packed show today. Let me start out by welcoming folks. We had several folks that subscribed to our YouTube channel since the last show, and I just wanted to give a shout out to Andrew and Randall and Cesar and Producio 7 TV, Kobik TV, Abner, Wraith, Indicio, John, Magic Movies, and Jason. Thank you for subscribing. And if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, come on over to easternshorebroadcasting.com and you can click on the little YouTube link that'll take you straight to the channel and you can subscribe. And that way you'll know when we post a show. How often do we post a show? We post a show every Wednesday. We post this show, but without the pre-show and without the post-show, just the guts of the show. So if you're in a hurry and you want to see just the guts of the show, you can do that. Somebody said to me the other day, said, "Tom, you talk so slowly." Well, that's because I'm a Southerner and I'm an old guy and I got lots of excuses. But in YouTube, you can adjust the speed so you can double my speed if you want to. And I'll talk like this. Anyway, that's funny. Big news, I thought, big news on the vMix front. And here's what I think. Where is it? Right here. Bum, bum, bum. I'm not seeing it somehow. There we go. This is the news. Jan Ozer, who is a writer for Streaming Media Magazine, did an article this past week that I think will appear in the some these people in the chat room always trying to get my eye down there. Thank you, Giles. He did an article about using software for streaming and recording and different and how different PCs worked with different softwares. And he used vMix and he used Wirecast and he used OBS. And he used a couple of different versions of Wirecast. He used version 7 and version 7.1. And in every test that he did, this is the essence of what he had to say, that vMix was more efficient. Now, what he meant by more efficient, let's see if I've got the hole right here. Yeah, this is it. That compared with the new Wirecast 7.1, that vMix was 10% more efficient in all operations. Now, remember, Wirecast used to be the king of the hill in terms of encoding and efficiency and all that stuff, and the Wirecast fanboys used to look down their nose at all of us, this was back in the vMix days, at all us vMix guys and laugh at us because vMix used the CPU exclusively for encoding. And we were always complaining that we didn't have enough CPU, or that, people would say your PC's underpowered if it didn't have, 1,400 cores, and it just wouldn't work well with VidBlaster. Well, when we migrated to Wirecast, and actually we migrated to Wirecast for a short period of time, and then we moved up to vMix because we realized that vMix really had it going, and they were much more responsive to the end user in terms of what we needed to make our broadcast good. And Jan Ozer has now said, and Jan is the big guy, he's the guy, I don't know if you ever did much with Flash Media Live Encoder, but Jan was the one that would write wonderful articles about how to tweak your system to use Flash Media Live Encoder the best way. So he has a lot of experience, and to hear him come out and say not one time, not two times, but multiple times. Let me read you some of the longer quotes here. Jan says, the results were pretty phenomenal with vMix supporting 4-camera mixing and X264 archiving while consistently below 60% CPU utilization. Even compared with the new Wirecast version 7.1, vMix proved about 10% more efficient in Wirecast in all operations. He said, if you're running a slower notebook, do I have this one right here? Yeah, here we go. If you're running a slower notebook and CPU utilization is running high, vMix is definitely a viable option. That's cool. He also did some testing with some higher end equipment. Something from Matrox called the VS4, which is a quad HD SDI capture device with hardware ISO recording capabilities, that, and I'm reading this now, this is not from memory, that makes it efficient to capture ISO streams from each of your 4 sources. In a series of tests, vMix, in a series of texts shown for vMix in the figure, which we don't have it, you'll have to read the article, both software programs perform well. This was Wirecast and vMix. Though Wirecast used about 5 percentage points more CPU than vMix in most tests. Another quote, he said, with an i7-based system, vMix was able to stream to Facebook Live and capture 4 ISO streams in an MPEG-2 iframe format while staying well below 60%. Adding a live stream to Ustream boosted the CPU to almost 70%, though the ISO files captured were free of dropped frames. That's pretty cool. And for those of you that are in, can I get this? For those of you that are in the chat room, I am going to post a link to this article. It's one of these long links, and I'm no sense in posting it here for, you know, at the bottom of the screen or anything silly like that. It just won't do. Somebody says you need to key out the background of those quote bubbles. Well, actually, I looked long and hard to find a quote bubble that had some color in it. I didn't want it to be floating out there in the air. Oh, that's funny. So, yeah, I guess we could have done that. You know, maybe I shouldn't have picked green. Maybe I should have picked red or gold or something else like that. Maybe I should have picked diamond. There we go. But the green is intentional. The green is intentional. Sorry about that. So thank you. You guys are pretty. You know, I can't get anything by these guys. I tell you what. But anyway, Jan Ozer says vMix. I'm going to paraphrase him. He says vMix is the bomb. Better than Wirecast. Wow, that's really awesome. I'm mightily impressed. I'm mightily impressed, and I'm delighted to see that. Moving right along. If you're just now tuning in, I had a fish tank installed under my desk today, and it was really, really cool. So that's been a lot of fun. Obviously, yes, no, it's not a fish tank. It is my regular desktop, which just has got the chroma key green top on it. So we'll go back and add the fish back in and have some fun with that. So that was fun. Somebody said I needed a fishing rod. Let's see. Let's talk a little bit about. I know I kind of teased you with the ticker about a poor man's 7-port HD capture card. You're like, okay, the smart ones of you have already figured this out. But the ones that are like, what is he talking about? Well, this is what I'm talking about. This is very simply, it's an 8-port switch, power over Ethernet on each one, and it is the bomb for working with PTZ Optics PTZ cams. And I've got a flock of them here in the house, in the studio, and I'm working on. I'm not ready to do the testing or to show you guys the results of the testing yet. But the idea was to fill up this whole row of inputs with Ethernet cables going from the switch here to each one of the cameras, and that the cameras would be powered by the switch, they would send their data to the switch, and they would be controlled through vMix by the switch. So it would have, I guess you would call it a kind of a plus effect to a regular capture card, in that you would be capturing video, but you'd also be powering the camera and controlling the camera, the PTZ portion of the camera. So that means you run one cable, Cat 5, Cat 6, to the cam. Bingo. There you go. I'm loving that. I'm loving that. So I'll keep you guys abreast on that as we go. And yeah, it was what, I don't know, $69 for the card for the switch. Now it does help. It does require that there's a special splitter to use, obviously, on the camera end, so that you can split the Ethernet cable and the power and have those go to the different ports there. But more coming on that, and I think that's going to have a lot of promise. The only thing that seems to be a little less than perfect with that, obviously, is that IP cams are going to have a little bit of delay. But with vMix, you can adjust the delay by slowing up the audio a little bit. So your recording and your stream, of course, will be in sync. Wouldn't work for iMag, but would be great for streaming and recording, which is what we'd love to do. The other project I've got working on, and I want to thank those folks that have been able to give me some tips and have also responded, is the project to find a white label CDN. Now, I'm a reseller for Magwell and vMix and PTZ Optics, which means I bring those products in and I incorporate those in whatever the build is. I mean, yeah, we'll sell the Magwell cards separately, we'll sell vMix separately, we'll sell PTZ Optics cameras separately, but a lot of times we'll meld them together into a turnkey solution. And that's what I would call a reseller. White label, in my case, I'm looking for a CDN that I can just put my name on, beep, and the CDN is going to handle all the back-end stuff. It's just going to put my name on it and allow me to provide what I want to do is when I sell a custom PC, to go ahead and set that up with CDN service. So you've got free CDN, 3 months worth of free streaming up front. And if you want to continue with that, that's great. And if not, that's okay too. I want you to find the best solution for you. So that's something coming down the pike with all of our new PC builds, just as soon as we can kind of get that dialed in. We're not really looking for, we're going to provide tech support, and we're expecting the CDN to provide us tech support, but we're not looking for us, we're not trying to get an API and develop the whole front end, kind of like, who was it, Decast has. You know, we're not going to take an Edgecast stream and try to make it into our own CDN. We want somebody to have done that work. So if you know somebody that's got white label CDN services, we'd love to hear about it. What else have we got here? Boy, we're just blowing through this stuff. This is great. I did want to talk, those of you that are very observant, notice that I'm wearing a Lav Mic, and I don't ever wear a Lav Mic because for the last, golly, maybe 3 years, maybe longer, I have been using my Audio-Technica AT897 shotgun mic, and you can actually see the tip of it right there. Right there. I didn't have my cam adjusted just perfectly. And it's supposed to be pointed at my mouth. Let's adjust that sucker just a tad. There we go. And I like the way it sounds. I like the way it works. But I've also been thinking, okay, if I want to go portable, how am I going to go portable? I can always go portable, and I can use my ATR 2100, plug it in USB into my camera, plug it in XLR into my mixer, but I want something that's a little bit more portable than this. And what could be more portable than a Lav Mic? And this particular Lav Mic is a Boya, B-O-Y-A, Boya BY M1. Boya BY M1. It was about 20 bucks on Amazon, and here's a better picture. It comes with a mic, a very long cord, like 20 feet or something like that. You can see the battery pack in the middle, which has an on-off switch on it, and it takes one of those little silver round batteries. It was like an M22 or something like that. No, excuse me, an LR44. It comes with the windscreen, and it terminates in a 3.5 millimeter jack. But what they don't show in this picture is that at least the one I got also came with a 3.5, well, let's call it 1/8 of an inch because it makes it easier, an 1/8 of an inch jack, but it had a adapter that adapted down to 1/4 inch. So I thought, since I've got it connected, we would give it a try, and I would let you guys, kind of tell me which one do you think is best. Now, Martin K. will be delighted that I took at least a few minutes at the beginning of the show to try to get the mic levels balanced, which is a good thing because the Lav Mic is, I had the gain set higher than I did on the shotgun mic. So this is a shotgun mic, and let me mute that one, and then I'll bring in the Lav Mic. Okay. This is the Loft Mic, and I haven't done anything to it other than adjust the gain and plug it in. And golly, did I turn it on? Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Everybody in the live audience is like, okay, he's going to turn it on soon. He's going to turn it on soon. His lips are just moving, but nothing's happening. I think it's working. In fact, I can tell it's working because I can see it in vMix. But a little muff sounding, RJ says, okay. Tommy House says, not bad. Jimmy says, no echo. Thank you, Jimmy. That's good. Edward says it makes it sound like I have a stuffy nose. That's interesting. John likes the shotgun better. Merle says, not good, not bad. Well, I tell you, this is 20 bucks. This was, I think I got it for 200 used, but it probably retails for about 3 or 4. Blaze says no echo. Let's see. Giles says what Edward says. You need to boost the highs. I may have accidentally boosted the lows. Let me go check on this one just a second. Y'all bear with me for just a second. Sometimes I'll do crazy things like that because in vMix, you've got, let's see, did I do anything there? Did I do anything with EQ? No. Did I do anything with compression? No. All right, what about in the master? Did I do anything with gain? No. EQ? No. Compression? No. Okay. It must have been something else that I was compressing and playing with earlier. Anyway. For 20 bucks, Giles has nailed it. For 20 bucks, very usable. For 20 bucks, very usable. My other thought too was, let's say you've got a situation where you are doing remote production and you want to take a guest and bring them into your show, or you want to produce a show for a third party who wants to bring a guest into his show. A guest is not going to run out and buy a bunch of expensive equipment, but I can tell you from having interviewed a bunch of folks over the years and have them just show up with their webcam, and the picture was okay, but the webcam mic was just bloody awful. This would be better than a webcam mic, and I keep touching it. You guys can probably hear that when I touch it. We might be able to tweak it a little bit and make it sound better. The other thought I had too is that for future guests, I might consider sending them in advance some equipment that they can use to do the broadcast when they talk with me, so that I can help them improve their quality and not sound tinny. You know how the webcam mic sounds kind of hollow, kind of tinny. And I'm thinking a mic like this might do. And, again, 20 bucks. If I don't get it back, 20 is not too bad. Jimmy H is saying the audio is not going in and out like most. That's great. And Martin S. says it's usable if you don't have any other options. That's damning with faint praise. Yes, yes, indeed. It is a condenser electric mic. Merle is right, audio is not important. And so it is going to pick up every little sound. Now, my studio here has got a lot of sound deadening stuff in it. I've got blankets hanging on the walls. I've got soundboards made out of 2-inch thick fiberglass covered with sound material. And so I've done a lot to try to make the studio as quiet as can be. I hear one of the air conditioners outside the window. I thought I had them turned all off, but apparently I missed one. And Rich is here. Welcome, Rich. So this, I think, is a viable alternative in a pinch or in a budget situation. It's the Boya, B-O-Y-A, and I'll show you the picture of it again. Lavalier microphone, model number BY-M1. It says superb sound for presentation, and video recording. And it is an electret condenser mic. It has its own clip-on. Oh, it actually works also for smartphones, DSLRs, camcorders, audio recorders, etc. And it includes the lapel clip, the battery, the foam windscreen, and the 1/4-inch adapter. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Gets a thumbs up from me. Is it omni or uni? Well, there's a good question. It is omnidirectional. It is omnidirectional. So I guess it could hear my heartbeat if we put it closer. Merle said, Merle's taking a lot of heat now for saying audio is not important. He was just teasing, guys. He was just, it's a long-running joke. Long-running joke. That's good. Did you say it needs a battery? It comes with the battery. It comes with a LR44, which is just one of those little round jobbies like you would put in the back of an electric meter or something like that. All right, so let's switch back over. And you can hear now the difference. This is the condenser mic. Actually, this is the shotgun mic, which is also a condenser mic, but it's a little more focused in. But I think this is a good alternative, and it will go in my kit for those times when I can't haul a big mic like this one, or when I need to send something to somebody to do a broadcast. What I haven't tried, I've got it connected to my mixer right now. What I haven't tried is connecting it directly to a PC or a laptop. Matthew said he's used a similar mic when recording on a DSLR. Exactly. Jerry wonders if that mic would work in a wireless body pack. Probably not, Jerry, because the body pack would not have the ability. Let's see if I can switch to this other cam for just a second. The backpack wouldn't have the ability to take the 1/4-inch or the 1/8-inch jack. It probably would have a proprietary, maybe one of those mini XLRs or one of the other several different types of jacks. But you can certainly see. You can certainly see. But at this point, it's wired. And it's a lot of wire. There is I haven't undone it, but they said there's like 20 feet there. So that's a bunch. So we'll shut that off. And that's it. And James is here. Welcome, James. RJ asked, am I monitoring my audio with the earbuds? No, I'm not. I'm only listening to the audio that the show produces in terms of any videos or bumper music or things like that I'm playing. In fact, I'm going to do a show, if not next week, maybe the week after, on how to use vMix and a mixer so that you get around all these echo kinds of things. Yep. In fact, next week's show may be on Thursday, but I'll make sure that I have enough information out there to let everybody know on that one. So we'll see. As we close up the show here today, I wanted to float the idea to those of you that are watching live and those of you that are watching on YouTube or Facebook after the fact, of a network of live streaming professionals. And this would be folks that either have it as their primary job to live stream, or they do it professionally but on the side. And my idea is that there would be a database of folks that do live streaming, and the database would include the area that they would cover, that is the area that they would travel to in order to do live streaming, and that they use good quality equipment, professional level quality equipment, and that there becomes and I'm sure these networks or these directories or these lists are out there somewhere, but they seem to be kind of melded into video and to audio and to show production and TV production and all this kind of stuff. And I'm talking simply about live streaming. If you do live streaming, either for a living or on the side as kind of a professional hobby, I'm thinking that we can create a live streamers network where if somebody is looking for a live streamer and they Google live streaming network, or somehow get the right search terms out there, that whatever this thing is, this network, this loose affiliation of like-minded people, could be found, and would be a great way to generate more business for folks, and also a good way to get folks that are colleagues, maybe competitors too, but colleagues together, kind of like this show, to share ideas, to share what works, to share what doesn't work, to share the kinds of things that that we can share. Obviously, we wouldn't want to share our deep, dark secrets. We wouldn't want to share our secret sauce, but there are a lot of things that we can do that. And I can see that there are a couple of folks that have already posted in chat, Giles and Chris. So let's think some more about that. If you like it, go ahead and if you're on the Facebook Streaming Idiots page or in that group, let's start a little chat over there. If you're not, just go to Facebook and do a Facebook search on Streaming Idiots, and it'll pop up. You can ask to join the group. I don't think we've turned down. I think we turned down Tommy, but somebody finally let him in. So it might be a great way for some collegial interaction, and also a way to help market ourselves. So that's the thought. Somebody already posted in the chat, if you've got a live show, email me a link to your show and showtime. So there you go. That's great. Very, very good, they say. All right, so quick recap here. Jan Ozer says that vMix is better, more efficient than Wirecast. We've got the poor man's 7-port. I can't say it's 8-port because one of the ports is for internet. So it's only 8 ports left, and the one internet port is not a PoE port. And white label CDN, if you know one, send them to me. If you're interested in a CDN from Eastern Shore Broadcasting, let me know, and we're working that direction. We got the Boya mic. That was a lot of fun, and the Live Streamer Network. So, yeah, John says the Live Idiots Network. I think we want something that instills a little bit more confidence than that. We can be idiots when we're amongst ourselves, but to the regular folks, we want to appear to actually know what we're doing. We don't know, but we want to appear that we know. No, I'm just teasing. Just teasing. As you can see, if you're watching us on Facebook or YouTube after the fact, having these guys here in the chat, it's a ton of fun, and for the most part, they're behaving. That's good. I don't see that we have any ladies in there today. And welcome, Lawrence D. I didn't see you come in. So if you're watching us live, hang out for a while. We're going to go to post-show so we can chat some more there. If you're watching us on YouTube or Facebook, come on over to easternshorebroadcasting.com and join in the live post-show. definitely subscribe to us on YouTube. Like our page, Eastern Shore Broadcasting. Ask to join the group Streaming Idiots. There are lots of ways to get involved. Pick the one that's easiest for you, and that's where we go. So, hey, it's been a lot of fun bringing the show to you today. Thanks for watching. We will see you next time on Streaming Idiots. In the meantime, don't be an idiot.